Yo, what's up, good peoples? And welcome to another episode of 88 Fantasy Wrestling. I'm your host, Sean P. And today, guys, we got a great episode. Actually, for two reasons, man. The first reason, of course, we're going to get to the topic in a second. But the most important reason I would say is because today, this episode officially marks season 2 of 88 Fantasy Wrestling, man. This is season 2, guys. We made it. We made it, man. All right. So I appreciate everybody, man. I appreciate all the love we've been getting, man. All my subscribers, man. Everybody that's been chiming in, just checking us out. Just appreciate all the love, guys. Again, this is season 2, man. Episode 1, and you guys probably ask yourself, like, Sean P, what's the difference, man? So I'm gonna tell you. Difference is that every episode from here on out will be featured on Apple Podcasts. We're gonna be on Apple Podcasts and also Spotify. We finally got the Spotify app, man. So it's coming down right now, man. Exclusively 88 Fantasy Wrestling. We're now gonna be on Apple Pod and Spotify exclusively. That's why you see me now mic'd up. I have my mic here just so the people can hear us on the go. We want to make sure 88 Fantasy Wrestling is getting all the proper respect that it deserves. So there you go, man. You can catch it on a couple other platforms. All right. So there it is, man. Season 2. Now let's get into today's episode. All right. So today, guys, we're going to be talking about the exclusive episode. I named today's episode Cinematic Wrestling Cameos. All right. You see the stars, right, man? We got the stars back out. Y'all see them, right? The stars are back out. It's because the stars are going to be presented today. All right. So we did an episode. If y'all go into the archives, we actually did an episode talking about how celebrities got into wrestling. And that basically was the premise of what we wanted to talk about today. The opposite, how wrestlers got into movies, pretty much. And so just getting into it, let's go ahead and jump into it, man. So here we go. Since the beginning of time, man, sports and entertainment always went hand in hand. See what I'm saying? They always go hand in hand, man. To only make ideal marriage, but to give each other notoriety and needed for a crossover appeal. So that's pretty much like the first thing that comes to my mind is what happened with rock and wrestling. Those who don't know, rock and wrestling was basically the concept that they came up with back in 85, 84-ish, you can say late 84, back when WrestleMania 1 was starting, and them guys had basically Vince got down and inked the deal with MTV. It was pretty much like the start of MTV. MTV was like the cool thing all the young kids were doing back in the 80s then. And so Vince, being that guy, he like, you know what? That's where we need to be right there. That crossover appeal. So that's what started the whole thing with really Cyndi Lauper. Cyndi Lauper is like a really big key influence. I don't know if we even talked about her on the show yet, but Cyndi Lauper is very, very key to the show because she was so important to the crossover. So crossover appeal, that's what we're talking about. You get them celebrities involved, them guys that you see on TV all the time, every time you turn it on. Get them involved with the wrestlers, and then hopefully you start seeing the wrestlers every time you turn your TV. So kind of, like I say, an ideal marriage, man. All right. So now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at some of these wrestlers that have been in notable movies. A lot of these are like cameos. Some of them you might see a couple star roles in, but to me, this is the creme de la creme of the entertainment business when it comes to pro wrestling. All right. Of course, we do got some honorable mentions that I gotta throw in there. All right. So the honorable mentions right here, man. First one I put is John Cena. All right, John Cena. Y'all know Cena, Super Cena. Super Cena actually turned into a movie star. During his journey, we would say. And the movie I put on here is the Suicide Squad. All right, from 2021, Suicide Squad. So John Cena, man, he played the role of Peacemaker. Those who've seen the movie, those who may not, I'm just breaking down real quick. So it was a breakout major role for him because other than that, before that, it was this WWE movie. Those I know, there's the Marine. I know that was like a big one. WWE studios and films, they were doing a lot of in-house movies, you would call it. And so this was his first like kind of standalone is away from that. John Cena, Suicide Squad. You ain't seen it, go check it out. All right. Peacemaker. Shout out Peacemaker. All right. Moving on. So this one right here, this is a good 88 classic right here, man. So I have put Lenny Montana, man. Like those who don't, I didn't even know who Lenny Montana is, but maybe this name might ring a bell, man. Luca Brasi, Lenny Montana, he played Luca Brasi in The Godfather, man. So that was his role, 1972, the original Godfather. All right, Lenny played the infamous Luca Brasi. He was a personal enforcer to Don Corleone. You know, he was the personal. I did that pretty good. So, like I say, it was very little, but it was just unforgettable. So it's really like a cameo movie, but he did have a good role in it. And Lenny, he was doing my research on him because, like I said, this is my first time hearing about him. A wrestler in the '60s, and he was pretty much starting to establish himself into the acting role. Someone seen him, in the cast of the movie and thought it'd be a good idea to put him in there, and it pretty much, made his career. I don't know what he did after that, but I know that definitely was a breakout. And even though I didn't know Lenny Montana, I knew Luca Brasi, so that just go to show you, man, that was a wrestler, man. So Lenny Montana, all right, Godfather, all right. And another notable honorable mention, I put Andre the Giant, the big man, eighth wonder of the world, man. Andre the Giant, Princess Bride, 1987. All right. So this is a Robin Hood-esque movie. All right. And Andre, he played Physique. All right. I hope I'm saying that right. Physique. Physique. It was a playful giant that, although looked menacing, he would come across friendly and genuinely loving. So the movie is best known, in my eyes. The movie is really best known for the time that Vince went on the set to go talk to Andre about doing WrestleMania 3. This is in 1987. Of course, that's when the movie dropped. So, prior to that, prior to the making of the movie, he had to get Andre convinced into doing this match with Hogan. And so he went to the set of The Princess Bride, talked to Andre, and eventually, with some of that, that Vince Keenism that he had, what I'm saying, that little charm, he talked Andre into doing the classic that we all know. So that's it. Princess Bride, 1987. Man. All right. Then let's go ahead and start our list. All right. So our list, we're gonna start off at number 5, of course. All right, we're gonna go ahead and count them down. So number 5, I put The Rock. All right, Dwayne Johnson and The Rock. People eyebrow can't do the eyebrow, but all right, so I put on here Fast Five. Fast Five 2011. All right, so Dwayne Johnson, man, was the first Fast and Furious, and it introduced The Rock as Luke Hobbs. Y'all know who Luke Hobbs is, right? So that was a character that would end up eventually getting his own spin-off solo movies, and ended up bringing actually Roman Reigns in. They did the Hobbs and Shaw movie, which I actually did see. I like that movie too. But had to put The Rock on here because that really started big. The Rock is really, he's a movie star now. Let's go ahead and say it. Rock is a movie star now. To me, this was his big role right here. I know he had the Mummies and things before that, but when he dropped Fast Five, he took the franchise over. To me, he took it over. It was a gap missing. I think The Rock took the keys and drove that thing away. So I had to put The Rock on here, man. All right, Fast Five. All right, number 4, I went with The Big Show, man. The Big Show. Y'all know where I'm going with this. The Water Boy. The Water Boy. That Big Show. All right, the 1998. All right, Big Show. He portrayed, if you had to guess, he played a pro wrestler, all right, in the movie named Captain Insano. And it was basically his second movie role because he was cast to play an evil giant in the Santa Claus movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. All right, I don't know if y'all knew that, but yeah, the giant, he was in the Santa Claus movie. That was his first movie. This was his second. It was a cameo appearance. But he kind of really stole the scene. His interaction that he had with Adam Sandler, you talking, and you know how it is, and how old are you, kid? So to me, it definitely stood out for me, and it showed his comedy skills. That's what first thing I put on here to show that Big Show was versatile, and that he actually had a gentle side to him, and he could show, that he could, eventually be in this movie, thing. He could have been in showbiz. I actually like the Big Show in that. Captain Insano. Shout out Captain Insano, man. All right, so keeping it moving. At number 3, all right. So number 3, we're starting to get to the goody goods now. All right. So number 3, I went with Batista, the animal. All right. Batista. I put the Guardians of the Galaxy on here. All right. 2014. All right. Dave Batista's first major movie role, and it was a big one. All right. It was co-starring as Drax. All right. That was his name in the movie. Y'all seen, know the Marvel franchises, those that keep up with it. This was big time for him. He was a crime fighting Marvel superhero, and it started a jump of successful movies with Guardians and Avengers, and it started Dave Batista. It started his thing, and to me, I think Dave was very underrated with the actor. He had a movie The movie he had with Pam Anderson, I believe, that was a real good movie, real like serious dramatic movie too. But Dave, he been doing his thing. It was another one I seen. It was a Netflix movie. I want to say it was like a zombie movie. I can't think of the name of it. Those who do know, please comment. Let me know, man. It's slipping my mind right now. But Dave Bautista been doing his thing for sure. Shout out Dave Bautista, man. But I had to put the Guardians of the Galaxy on here for Big Dave, man, because it was just a big time movie, and you'll see it. It's legendary at this point. And they got the Doomsday movie coming up, so I'm pretty sure Dave would be in that as well. He has something to do with it. All right. So number 3, Dave Bautista. All right, my guy. So getting down to number 2. All right, 2, those. I put the hot Scott Roddy Piper. All right, Roddy Piper, man. Those that know, Roddy Piper was in a classic movie. The movie was called They Live. All right, from 1988. All right, shout out, man. Those that don't know, please go check that one out. This is one of mine right here. I love They Live, man. So it's a cult classic film, and it starred Rod Piper as John Nada. All right, and he was basically a drifter dude. Just a dude by himself. He ain't had no friends and nothing like that. And he ended up discovering these sunglasses, right? So he found these sunglasses, put them on, and the sunglasses actually like revealed like this. I don't know how to explain it, but they got it here is like the world was really controlled by aliens, pretty much. All right, and it was a John Carpenter movie, and this movie it came out around the time those who know John Carpenter's style. It was a horror movie guy, so he had The Thing around this time too. The Thing ended up being another cult classic that he was had. So John Carpenter pretty much was in his bag around the time, late 80s. He was in his bag, man. But I love this movie because it really showed the stereotypes of the world. It just showed like the odd, I want to say like the odd things of society, social satire. That's really what I put: social satire and commentary before its time. And this movie was before its time because it showed you that hey, these guys might not really be what you think they are. It kind of just put off the show like, hey, let's take the mask off, pretty much. I love They Live, man. Please, that's my recommendation. Go check that one out. Number 2, man. They Live. Roddy Piper, man. All right. Y'all ready for that numero uno? Number 1, man. So coming in at number 1, if y'all ain't guessed it now, you probably seen it here, gave it away. It's Hulk Hogan, man. Hulk Hogan, Rocky 3, 1982. The reason I had to put this on here is because to me, this would start it all, especially for so much. So let me go ahead and break it down for you guys. All right. So Hogan, he played Thunder Lips, man. That was the name of this guy in the movie. He was another pro wrestler. Go figure. Who guessed it? Who was take place in a boxer versus wrestler match with Rocky Balboa. All right. Shout out Rocky Balboa. But yeah, that was Sylvester Stallone. So Stallone pretty much caught him, seen Hogan's I want to say matches. Hogan was like around. He was in AWA bouncing between WWF and AWA at the time. So he wasn't even in his he wasn't in his mode yet. But he Sly seen this and seen Hogan, told him to come down for audition for the movie. Ended up getting the part. Vince Senior got so mad, told him this movie will mess your career up. We don't do acting around here. This Vince dad fired Hart, told him get out of here. Hope went back to AWA. The movie dropped, became a big success. Vince Jr., who was running the company by then, called Hogan back up. Like, man, get your butt up here. We about to start this Hulkamania thing, and we're about to set the world on fire. And that's exactly what they did, man. So that's what I'm saying. Like this movie role started so much in our world of professional wrestling that it had to get his kudos, man. You had to get this guy's flowers, man. Hulk Hogan, Rocky 3, Sylvester Stallone, Mr. T, everybody. It's the best Rocky to me, man. But yeah, I loved it. And like I say, it just started so much, man. It started Hulkamania. It started this thing that we even talking about right here. To me, I feel like that just even got accepted for wrestlers to even be taken serious in these type of roles, man. So there it is, man. Hulk Hogan, number 1, man. Rocky. So that's the list, guys. All right. So you tell me, what did I miss? Did I miss anything? Did I miss anybody? This anybody got any other recommendations for me that I need to go check out? Let me know. Chime in, comment on me, please. So Also, gotta always just let you guys know what we got coming up. All right, we got some good ones coming up here for season 2, man. Of course, like I say, I'm gonna keep going, man. It's gonna keep going. I'm still writing. I'm still writing. Just trying to just put the best out, the best product out. I know I got the Goldberg episode that we're working on now. I got a Sting episode that's coming up too. I love the Sting episode, man. Still got this ECW episode that's gonna drop. You know, just making sure everything is in order. Like I say, I just know it's just plenty, man. Just keep tuning in to us, guys. We're not gonna stop. You know that. I appreciate all the love, man. Again, don't forget to check us out. Apple Pod, Spotify, all your local I say your local apps that you can you can pod on, and we should be there, man. So again, just appreciate the love, man. I just had to come back and just talk to my folks, man. Just let y'all guys know that we still at it, you know. So that's it, man. All right, you guys don't have nothing else. I don't have nothing either. Until then, I'm gonna see you guys in a minute. 88 Fantasy Wrestling, boy Sean P. I'm out. Peace.